And good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day. It is the first day of June, and doesn't look like we're going to have June gloom, which is nice. I'll tell you about the weather in just a moment. On our show today, we have Gary Morrison from United, and he's going to talk about some finance things and the upcoming budget. Also, Dan Oweiler is going to be here today with Sterling Financial Advisors, and he's going to talk about something called the 4%. And when you retire, is gaining 4%, is that enough? And kind of go into that. So very interesting topic. Katie Porter, she is running for Congress here in the 45th District. I'm going to sit down and get to know her and ask her a few questions about some of the issues. Now, as far as meetings go today, well, there are no meetings. There is the United Tour today. And if you're watching this in the morning, you still have a few minutes to give them a call. And this is their new resident orientation tour. But you need to call them, and the number is 268-2040 to find out where they are meeting. And so they need to know how many people will be there. I mentioned this a couple days ago, but this is kind of a thing that both United and Third and the Docent tours are all doing. You need to call in first. Now, let's get to the weather. And this morning, just a little bit of that marine layer. It's breaking apart pretty quickly, and things are going to start to warm up going forward. I have 74 today. I really think that I might be a little low. We'll see. Everything I looked at shows like the mid-70s. So it's going to be at least 74 because the stuff is breaking up a little bit quicker today. Probably see a few little scattered clouds. As we go forward, though, you can see we're going to be in the low to mid-80s and possibly even a little warmer than that. When I look around at the temps, I've seen some that show us this area's high is maybe about 87 on Sunday. So we'll see, but at least we are going to be a lot warmer, a big swing. And then as we hit Tuesday, things will start to go back down again, and that marine layer will start to come in, and we'll be back to the June gloom. So the first few days of June here, no June gloom. So that is nice after having a lot of May gray days. I think we probably had somewhere of about 15 days of May gray, which is a little bit more than usual. Let's look around the state. And everywhere in the state this weekend it's going to be warm. Now, really look at Lake Tahoe. I give you the temp for South Lake Tahoe right there on the border right around where California hits Nevada and all the casinos are. 77 degrees is their average. And remember, I'm looking at the higher and the lower temperatures between today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Look at Yosemite, 83. That is I think last weekend they were about 65 degrees. So a huge difference, a 20-degree swing there. Lake Arrowhead averaging 80 degrees for the weekend. And Palm Springs, while they're going to be about 97 today, they are going to be looking at going to about anywhere from 104 to about 108 this weekend. So very hot out there. So the state in general is going to be much warmer this weekend. Even the Bay Area, 75 degrees. I give you the temperature that's right around the peninsula, if you know that area, which means inland Bay Area is going to be a lot warmer than that. San Jose will be warmer than that. San Francisco a little bit less. And San Diego averaging 78 degrees. So as we start our way into June, we've got some really warm temperatures for you throughout the state this weekend. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
May know age well for delivering life-saving Meals on Wheels to homebound seniors. But did you know they keep seniors active and engaged at 10 modern centers? Serve nutritious congregate meals amid friendly surroundings. Transport seniors safely to and from appointments, and provide much-needed equipment and other essential services. Now, this vital nonprofit organization needs your support to sustain its mission. This is AgeWell Senior Services. Won't you make it yours?
Hey Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
Did you know there are over 400,000 seniors in Orange County today? Over the next 10 years, that number will more than double. So where does a senior or family caregiver go for information? Turn to us at the Council on Aging of Orange County. We can help you navigate the aging experience, understand Medicare, and know where to turn when a crisis occurs. As a local nonprofit since 1973, we serve 275,000 seniors every year. The Council on Aging, helping seniors remain healthy, connected, and protected.
I'm a strong believer that there's something for everyone out there. But some people never stop searching. I've looked long and hard through these parts, and I thank my lucky stars I stumbled across a special place, a unique place, where you never know what you'll find. The Trading Post, only on Channel 6.
Welcome back. With me today is Gary Morrison. He is, of course, with United. He is their treasurer, and you are going to talk about a few different things, some funding expenditures, and then get into talking more about the budget coming up.
Exactly. We are now in the process of working together, GRF, United, and Third, in putting together a budget for all of us. And I think this year is a little bit different for me because I am really bent on moisture intrusion problems. Mm-hmm. And last year, United alone spent $1.5 million in water cleanup from waistline backups.
Wow.
So far this year, as of 4/30, we've spent almost $326,000 in backups, and at this rate, it's again going to be about $1 million, which to me, we should be putting to other things. We should have our infrastructure taken care of.
Yeah.
I've been working with Ernesto Muniz, who is pretty much our engineering person who would take care of this, and he says, I would like to I'd like to finish this project in 7 years rather than 12 years.
Right.
He claims we don't have the people or the staff to oversee it. And so one of my, I guess, goals is to get people hired to take care of what we need to do to get these 50-year-old pipes taken care of.
Yeah.
And this is something that was not taken care of by PCM, and pipes don't last for 55 and 60 years without having problems.
Right.
We're also having problems with the supply lines or the leaks in the walls, and it's causing flooding, and right now we're taking that on a case-by-case basis. Only if the problem commences. So this is going to be, it's going to be a costly procedure. We're working on ways to come up with the funding, and you know, this is not me alone. And the residents have to voice their opinions to me as to what they want, because this is not all about me.
Right.
And so I want to go with what they want, but you know, I keep hearing problems of our residents that have to move out of their units because of water intrusion and have to go stay at the Ayers Hotel for a couple months, and not fun. And then you have to redo your whole place, and you know, insurance probably will take care of it, but your rates will go up. You know, it's not, that's not a free ride.
Yeah, and I would, you know, like any type of a condition like this, the sooner the better.
Correct.
And even though it might be a lot of outlay of money up front,
Right.
in the long run, the savings could be
Right.
substantial.
I guess, and I was brought up conservatively, financially conservatively, and my whole, I guess what I was taught is you don't build a vacation home till you take care of your main house.
Right.
And so as far as maybe building new clubhouses or renovating clubhouses, I think maybe we need to focus our money in taking care of the infrastructures, and then once we have the infrastructure taken care of, then we can throw our money into other things. So this is just me, and I know GRF's going to be shooting at me for making these statements, but we have a 3-year contract that was signed with Special Pipe Technologies. Work began January the 15th, 2018. 115 buildings are estimated to be completed during the year. 64 buildings have been completed, and we only have 43 invoices. So therefore, our budget of $1.5 million, we've only been invoiced 500,000. So it's hard to say where we really are on this.
Yeah.
I really can't forecast that. I also wanted to say our water and sewer rates are projected to increase about 2%, so that's going to increase our budget. Another problem that I have found or heard about, I assumed that when United replaced the toilets, that they also replaced valves in the back of the toilets where the shut-off valves.
Right.
Not the case. So some of these valves are 50 years old.
Yeah.
And so as I had one lady tell me, she was going on vacation for 3 months, and she said, I thought I'd be one step ahead, and so I shut the water off to the toilets, which she said I actually loosened the valve, so when I came home, my whole unit was flooded.
Oh no, oh no.
So, and then I've had another, in fact, a current board member, who was turning his off, and it snapped off and the water was shooting up at the ceiling.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah,
this is another problem that we need to focus on and take care of it and get it all taken care of.
Yeah.
As far as budgeting is concerned. One thing that I want to say, there's something that is sold at Home Depot called Flood Buzz.
Yes.
Small.
Yeah.
And they're little, it's a 3-pack for $9 or approximately $10. And these work like a smoke detector. So when there's a water drip, the sound will go off and alert you that there is a problem. And until we get everything taken care of, this may be a good way to go. And then also this may be something that United has to consider in the budget to put in all of our units to take care of that. Our current 2019 budget for wasteline is $1.5 million, and I don't believe this is enough to get us ahead of the expenditure for the leaks. You know, if we spend $1.5 million and then have to clean up at $1.5 million or $1 million, I'm not sure what we're not gaining ground quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're going to be looking at different ways we can cut some items on the budget to take care of this, and we may have to come forward and increase our monthlies, which I know is not popular, but a flooded unit is not popular either.
Right, yeah.
So in addition to our valves and supply lines and waste lines, those are the 3 things that I think are most important. I've asked people at our finance committee and M&C to come forward with the top 4 things that everyone feels is priority, and then we can prioritize and try to work it out.
Right.
So I'm asking people also to come forward with your ideas, come to the meetings, let us know what you think and what you want, your desires, and where we need to go on this.
Okay.
All right, so next I'm going to go into our April 30th preliminary statement of revenues and expenditures. Our total revenues, actual year-to-date, was $13,521,000. Our budget was $13,402,000, so we were better than budget by $119,000. Our expenses, year-to-date, actual, $12,886,000. Our budget, $13,318,000, and so we were also better in expenses of $198,000. Our excess revenues over expenses, $635,000 to $84,000, so we were better than budget by $551,000, which is good. Mm-hmm. Our balance sheet, our current year was $82,794 million. Our prior year is $82,694 million. So we have to date almost a million more than what we had in December of last year. Our delinquencies for the last month were 24. Our delinquencies this month were 17, so we're down 7. And that is an 81,000 to 68,000, so we're better off almost $13,000 in delinquencies. Our chargeable services went from 57 delinquencies to 38, so we were down 19. So that we went from 86, almost 87,000 to 75,000. So those are also down 12,000. Our resale report, this year we've sold 114 units. Last year we sold 154. So we are down 40, which is a 26% decrease. Our sales volume this year is 32,054,840. Our volume last year was 37,239,000, which is a difference of 5,184,000, which is also down 13.9%. The average resale price this year is $280,775. Last year's price was $242,009, which is a difference of $38,766. So that's up 16%. So that's the good news.
All right.
So I guess that's all I have to say.
All right. And yeah, you make some very good points as far as trying to catch up with some of the infrastructure programs, because in the long run, prices are going to go up on materials, on labor. They're not going to go down. It's not going to get better. So looking ahead, stretching out longer, things are obviously going to go up in price.
Correct. Yeah. So everybody wake up now. I'm done.
No, it was good information. Always good to see you.
Thanks a lot.
Take care of yourself. Have a good weekend.
Thanks.
We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm John Bowser-Baumann. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha Na Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And you know, when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village Television. Grease for peace.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sean Thomas. Welcome to Sports Talk. Come join me here every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. for sports highlights, tournament news, and interviews for Laguna Woods residents and around the world. Hey, maybe even Broadway. It's a beautiful day for a ball game. Put it on your calendar. Thursday mornings, a great way to start your day with me and the Sports Talk way. Or even a triple's okay. I'll see you then.
Over the past 20 years, BreastLink has successfully treated thousands of women across Southern California. Our doctors like Dr. Lisa Curcio have helped women overcome numerous health challenges. With her experience, compassion, and the high quality of care she gives to every patient, Dr. Curcio is also a breast cancer survivor. She offers patients the newest and most effective surgical treatment options. Doctors like Dr. Curcio are the reason BreastLink delivers the care you deserve with the quality you expect. Whether you need us now or later, we're always here.
I started Sterling Financial under the premise that there was a need for integrity in this industry as well as quality service.
There's such volatility in the stock market. One day it could be up 100 points, the next day it could be down 500 points. Well, what we like to do is be able to have people go to bed and wake up the next morning knowing that their money is safe and secure.
That's what we try to do here at Sterling Financial Advisors, is to create peace of mind and quality of life in retirement.
And welcome back. With me right now is Dan Elweiler, Sterling Financial Advisors. And today, Dan, we're going to talk about something called the 4% retirement rule is dead. I mean, he sends me his topics. So first explain what the 4% rule is and why it's kind of not working anymore.
Well, this was a study done back in the 80s.
Yeah.
And back in the 80s, they took an example of a retiree, and if they just took out 4% from their investment returns or their investments, there was like a 92% chance of success that they'd never run out of money. You know, the Monte Carlo simulations. But, you know, but you would have to remember that back in the 80s, the interest rates that you were getting on bonds was much different than it is today.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So, you know, everybody feels like, well, if I just take 4% out of my portfolio over the years, I should never run out of money. Well, that was certainly true when that simulation took place back in the 1980s. Ever since then, you know, interest rates have come down. I had a seminar last night and we talked about this. You know, there's a kind of a battle going on in society between those that spend money and those that save money.
Right.
Because the people that spend money want low interest rates. If I go out and get a car or buy a home, I want as low interest rates that I can. But those that are saving money, those that are retired, hey, I want 5 or 6% CDs.
Yeah.
And
exactly,
so we have a conflict between, you know, certain segments of society as to whether or not we get low interest rates or high interest rates. Over the past 8 to 10 years, the spenders have won.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because interest rates are so low.
Yeah.
And that it does affect this Monte Carlo simulation of how much I can take out of my portfolio every year without it collapsing. Okay. They reran the same scenario here a year or two ago, that if they took the same simulation, there's only a 57% chance of you succeeding because the bond yields are so low.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of an interesting thing. It's just what you were just saying, is that on one hand, when you look back with interest rates were really high, well, consumables were probably down. People were keeping their cars longer. People were things like that. So once those came down, you know, the economy got rolling a little bit more. But then the people, like you said, who are very conservative financially, we're talking about, you know, kind of got left behind, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's
well, I remember buying my very first house. I had an 11%
I did
mortgage
too. Yes.
rate on my house.
Yeah.
You know, and that was kind of in between, because it got to the point where you were paying 12 or 14%.
Yes, I remember
You
that.
remember those days?
Yeah.
You know, and so now we're refinancing. You know, I have a 3 3/4% rate right now. So there's a big difference in consumer, like you say, consumer things, and for people that want to be conservative, to go over to the bank and try to get a 3% or 8% CD like there used to be, it's ridiculous. You know, I remember CD. I had my folks. I remember this many years ago. We had a neighbor just retire, and he got a lump sum payout, and he told my dad, "Yeah, I locked it in for 10% CDs." Yeah, you know, for 10 years.
Oh yeah, incredible.
You know? And so those days are gone. And so using the simulation of 4% based upon the 1980s, we can't do the same thing.
Yeah.
So the simulation has to run in today's dollars, not what it was back in the 80s.
And we're also at a point, I know you've talked about this, we've seen a stellar rise in the stock market over the last 10 years, 15 years, whatever it's been.
It was fun the last couple of days,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Italy's having problems, and so it affects us.
Right.
You know.
And, you know, we can't rely on that again. I mean,
right.
if that scenario held, that means in 10 years from now, the stock prices would be, you know, the market would be like at 40 or something.
Right.
So we're at a time where it's a little more, it's a bit more.
Well, the market is a
difficult.
different market than it was, you know, when we were growing up. You know, I mean, it's just the market, you could count on it just kind of over time. Yeah, there's going to be corrections, but over time, but you didn't see the 50% drop in the market like we did in 2008 before, you know. In my seminar, I talk about in 1987, there was a stock market crash called Black Monday.
Yeah, sure.
The market dropped almost 25% in one day.
Yeah.
Okay. If you equated that to today's market, that would be a 5,000 point drop today.
Wow.
And we got nervous the other day when it dropped 1,000 points back in February.
Right.
You know, and so it was 5 times that, you know, and so it's just not the same market that it used to be. The swings are much greater than they used to be.
So what's the answer? You know, somebody comes to you, and you know the general consensus probably in a community like this is we want to protect our money, maybe have a little bit of risk factor for some. Others saying, no, you know what, we're relying on this.
Well, it all depends on the income, okay? If you have a secure income stream that lasts you the rest of your life,
right?
If we were able to set up an income plan that's going to generate income day or night, rain or shine, that eliminates the fear of running out of money.
Right.
Okay? And so if you can set up an income plan that allows you to have enough money to last you, you don't have to take as much risk.
Yeah.
Because people are taking more risk because of the fear of running out of money.
Yes, exactly.
And so what you do is you set up an income stream, then it reduces the risk that you have to take, because whether or not you make 4% on your money or 8% really isn't going to change your lifestyle.
Yeah.
But if we lose that money, it's going to impact us tremendously.
Right. As you've said, you know, you lose that much money, it takes you double that just to get even again.
If you lose 50% on your money, you've got to get 100% in order to get back to where you were. And so really is income is what pays the bills, not growth. Okay, you can take money out of your portfolio, but it's really income and consistency over time that's going to pay your bills. And so if you have a secure income stream, lifetime that's going to come in day or night, rain or shine, that means that you can take less risk because you know your bills are going to be paid. I don't have to worry about running out of money.
Right.
And so in situations where people are retiring, where we have limited resources, you want to set up a plan that gives you a little bit of growth to offset inflation, obviously, but protect the majority of your assets with a secure foundation and money that's not going to be whipsawed back and forth by the market.
Yeah.
You know.
That's true. Yeah.
So the 4% rule is a nice thought.
Yeah.
But it was based upon the 1980s, not the 2000s. You know.
Yeah. Things are very different.
Much different because bond yields are much lower than they are were then.
I mean, that was something that a lot of people really depended on because they were normally safer, and even there were many people who would invest in the tax advantage municipal bonds, and those pay like
a little bit.
I can't get down that small, but
yeah, they're not too much.
Yeah, but they were, you know, for a lot of people, they were fairly safe. They had a good yield, and they had a tax advantage.
Yeah, if you could get a 4 or 5 or 6% muni bond, and you didn't pay taxes on, sign me up.
Yeah.
You know, but you're talking 2-3% today.
Yeah.
You know, so it's difficult to do, but we can still do that. But you don't want to put your entire portfolio at risk if you have limited resources.
Yeah.
The difference between those that maybe have a little bit more, you could have you know, somebody has $2 or $3 million and they can lose $1 million and still be okay.
Yeah.
If you have somebody that has 800,000 and they lose 400,000, they're not going to be okay.
Right.
So again, a lot of it depends upon each individual situation. And we've talked about this before. We put together what we call our retirement weather report, and we analyze people's risks they're exposed to and project out their income over the next 25, 30 years. And it kind of gives them a feel, a sense of security if they know that, hey, whether or not I end up with $800,000 or $1 million isn't nearly as critical if I end up with 400,000.
Yeah.
You know, so it really provides some peace of mind putting this report together to give them a snapshot of where they're going.
Yeah. All right. I encourage people to do that. You can get a hold of Dan and up there in Mission Viejo. SterlingFA.com is the website. 859-8900.
Correct.
949. I have
correct.
it up there. But you know.
And we just sit down.
Yeah, and I think it's really important because you sit down with them, kind of just go over things, and then go from there and see what you can.
The first meeting is very non-threatening. You know, we're just gonna kind of get to know you, find out what your hopes and dreams are, and if it makes some sense to work together, they make that decision, not me.
Yeah.
You know, and it's very non-threatening, and we have fresh baked cookies as they come in. And,
yes.
You know,
yeah.
so.
No, I really advise that because if you haven't done that yet, it's time. Definitely. Good to
we
see
think
you,
so.
sir. Yeah. Good to see you. Say hi to everyone.
All right.
You
All
take
right.
care, and we'll be back. You know.
Diane's Hallmark is a family-owned Gold Crown store that is much more than just a card store. Our women's department has apparel, accessories, and jewelry featuring Vera Bradley and Bagalini handbags. Our religious department carries many different Christian books and Bibles, plus a great selection of Christian gifts. Of course, we have a large selection of cards and gift wrap as well. Come in and experience our personalized service.
The El Toro Water District Phase 2 Recycled Water Expansion Project has installed over 21,000 feet of recycled water pipelines and is now over 75% complete. The final pipeline installations, as well as installations of service lines and final paving, should be complete by July. The connections of the individual irrigation systems to the new recycled water pipelines should be complete by the end of the year. The district sincerely appreciates your patience as we enhance the water supply resources in the Laguna Woods area.
I'm Dr. Leif Loberg, and I want to welcome you to our brand new facility here in Laguna Woods. We've been serving the community since 2006, and we're super excited to bring you an awesome team of doctors, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Asaturians, Dr. Vian, myself, here to serve you in our brand new state-of-the-art facility. Call us in the morning and we'll get you in the same day, guaranteed.
Well, in just a few days, you will be voting, if you haven't done it yet, in the California primary. And we have a candidate here today running for Congress, the 45th District, of course. And I'd like to welcome Katie Porter.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here today. A lot of candidates running this year in a couple different races. And sometimes it's hard to wade through everyone. So it's great to have the candidates on. And first, let's talk about, I always like to get to know the person, just a little bit about your background, why you're running now. What are you currently doing?
Yep, I'm a law professor at the University of California, Irvine. I was recruited when they founded the law school by our dean, Erwin Chemerinsky.
Sure.
And I love teaching at UCI. I specialize in consumer protection, and I've done a lot of work on helping families who were cheated by predatory lenders, a lot of work on abusive credit card fees, the problems of student loan debt. I live in Irvine, and I have 3 great kids that go to Irvine Public Schools.
So why are you running? What was the catalyst for that? It seems like you got a pretty good gig right now.
Yeah, no, I love my current job, but I've also always in my work been able to help people and make policies that help people. So I worked with Elizabeth Warren on the problems of credit card fees. I worked with then Attorney General Kamala Harris for 2.5 years as the monitor for the state's foreclosure prevention program.
Okay.
And so in that role was able to help over 11,000 families right here in Orange County avoid eviction or foreclosure, stay in their homes if they were upside down on their mortgage loan, kind of get them straightened out. So I've always done a lot of public service.
All right, very good. So let's get into some of the issues. And I think, you know, there's like, although I have a few here that listed on your website, there's always a few top ones that people like to talk about. And let's talk about one of the first ones, and health, obviously, the American Health Act, Medicare, it all kind of rolls in. What is your take on that, and what are some of the ways that you see things? Because in many ways, what we called Obamacare has helped people, but in many ways it has not, and has not turned out to be what people thought it would be.
Yeah, no, I think the Affordable Care Act was a definite step in the right direction, but I think we can see that our healthcare system is still broken. The status quo is just not working for so many people. And we see it with people who are not able to afford their out-of-pocket maximums. And so they may have insurance through their employer, but their out-of-pocket maximum may be $15,000 or $20,000, an amount that they simply couldn't afford if they were to have a serious health problem. We see it with what's going on with Medicare, with rising premiums on Part B, with the refusal to tackle the way that pharmaceutical companies are gouging seniors in Medicare Part D. And so I'm a believer that we need to have bold solutions to our healthcare system. I think that a Medicare for all approach, combined with standing up to pharmaceutical companies and making sure that our government can negotiate fair drug prices. Other countries around the world pay, and we should be able to pay them too.
Okay, and that was one of the things that seemed to have been the failure of our current system. They didn't tackle the underlying problem, the first part of that pyramid, so to speak, which was the drug prices. They just kind of passed that over.
And that's the fastest growing part of healthcare costs. When we hear about rising healthcare costs, it's really not coming from our providers. They're actually working in difficult conditions. They're having to spend more and more of their time on paperwork, on administrative matters, on doing battle with insurance companies in order to get their patients the care that they need. So we don't take money in our campaign from big pharmaceutical companies because we feel like it's really important that everyone know that when I go to Washington, I am very serious about tackling this problem. It really is a life or death problem for many people to be able to afford the drugs that they need, whether it's to battle cancer or to treat a chronic condition like hypertension or diabetes. Okay,
what about the fact that some people may say, you know, why should I pay for others? And in other words, when you compare other countries, you have Canada, and the reason Canada is they actually have less of a population than California. And yet, I think it was last year I read a report that the average family puts out $2,000 Canadian, so it's not that much, 2,000 Canadian a month for medical costs. Now this would be taxes taken out, they're out of pocket, that sort of thing. And they do wait longer for many different procedures than we do. How would you tackle that here when we have a population of, Canada has 35 million, we have 350 million. we have people of all different levels, all different mindsets. You know, how do you ask, okay, you're paying your way here, well, why should you pay for those people over there?
So I think about Medicare and as a program that is about all of us. It's our collective commitment to each other. So I pay Medicare taxes today. People who are 23 or 24 years old getting their first job are paying into Medicare. And so it's a system that is designed to be there for all of us. Right now it's there for us only when we hit a certain age, but the fundamental idea that this is a collective social problem, that healthcare is something that affects all of us. So if I'm running a company, I'm a small business owner, and I can no longer afford to pay for health insurance for my employees, that's going to affect my ability to recruit employees. We have a lot of large corporations that have entire departments devoted to doing nothing but administering benefits. You see, California has hundreds and hundreds of people that aren't working on educating our kids, but they're working on figuring out healthcare. And so I think eliminating a lot of those layers, taking out the middleman, we see it with pharmaceutical companies. These so-called pharmacy benefit managers are actually just standing between patients and their pharmacists in getting the drugs that people need to be healthy.
All right, speaking of health, women's health, I know this is a big issue for you. And part of that is the women's right to choose, Planned Parenthood. Again, they're different, obviously, in this country. It's very divided on some of those things. Not necessarily women's health per se, but what it has to do with the women's right to choose and particularly Planned Parenthood.
Yeah. No, I think that this is an issue in which Californians believe that we've made up our mind in this country about this. And for me, it really comes down to, and this is how I talk about it, it's an issue of freedom. That's what this country is about. It's about the freedom to make your own choices. And so for me, making sure that we don't punish Planned Parenthood, remove their funding. They do not just women's health care, they care for men, and they do basic health care. They do physicals. They do wellness checkups. And so making sure that we're not turning this into a lightning rod issue, when in fact, for Californians, we believe that women should be able, by a wide majority, that women should be able to make their own choices with their families and with their doctors. And so I think our government has a whole heck of a lot of things that it needs to be working on and solving, whether it's tackling our deficit, working on improving relations with foreign countries. And I think taking away a woman's right to choose is not where Orange County families, what they want our government to be doing.
Okay, let's talk about the tax bill. Now, a lot of us won't really know until a year from now how it's going to affect us because we're right in the middle of it right now, particularly middle-class families and all. But in some cases, it seems to have done some things that might have been good or may have been good. And a good example of this is, I know Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, they are, I don't know if they've done it yet, but they're bringing over billions of dollars that they've had offshore back into this system here because of the tax implications have gone down. And he himself, who is progressive, he's on the liberal side, but he himself said this would not have happened had this tax bill had not gone through. We would have kept our money over wherever they keep it.
Yeah. No, I mean, everybody agrees that making sure that American corporations that are earning profits here from selling products to us are paying their fair share of tax. And we had a really serious problem in that regard. Many of our largest corporations, like for instance Verizon, paid literally zero tax for years. But this tax bill was the wrong way to go about solving that problem. Because what this tax bill does is it singles out Californians for punitive treatment. And so by eliminating and reducing the ability of Californians to deduct their state and local taxes, this bill is going to fall harder on us than it is on other Americans. And it's going to hurt. It's going to be a shock to people's pocketbook. My own employer, the University of California, sent out an email to the entire staff warning us that we were probably not withholding enough tax given the tax bill, that they believed a lot of us would face a shock to our pocketbook come April because of that. So I know when I did my taxes, I looked at how much I was able to deduct for state and local taxes. And that amount's going to be curbed. And I'm going to pay a higher tax bill next year, and so are a lot of our Orange County families. And our state and local taxes are going to things that we care about. They're things that are closest to us, to our schools, which is a tremendous source of pride for us here in Orange County. And so I think this tax plan is not just bad in terms of how it's going to fall on families, but also the effect on the deficit. This tax bill balloons our deficit at a time when our economy is going strong, and we should be able to start tackling reducing the deficit. This is an absolute backwards bill in my mind.
Okay, let's talk about schools, public education, and let's talk about two topics here in the time that we have. One is we're talking about now K through 12 and charter schools. And then we'll get on to, if we have time, the cost of higher learning. But what is your take on that? A lot of families like the ability to have a choice of maybe a charter school. Some are very good, some are a little shady. We have charter schools, obviously, in this area. I know you live in Irvine, and I think your district does.
Nope.
Oh, okay. All right. Saddleback Unified and Capel both have charter schools. So how do you look at that?
Yeah, so what I think we're seeing is a real change in what we mean by charter school. So the original idea of a charter school was something like our Orange County School for the Arts, which is a wonderful institution that has served generation of students. It came out of a group of parents and educators wanting to provide a kind of specialized educational opportunity, and that I celebrate. What we're seeing going on right now, though, across the state of California, across the country, under Betsy DeVos's actions, is an effort to sell out our students to shareholders. So there is a huge difference between the kind of historic charter school, like the Orange County School for the Arts, and these for-profit charter schools. A for-profit institution, by definition, is going to be focused on the bottom line, not on our students' learning. And so I think the fact that we're seeing these charter schools pop up only in areas that are where the student population has the most special needs kids, where the school system is shakiest, is a real sign that they're exploiting the most vulnerable students. And so I think that our public schools do a wonderful job. You can look around, you mentioned Capo, you mentioned Saddleback, Irvine, Tustin. These are wonderful school systems. And when we invest in them, those teachers and the staff work day and night to make sure our students get a competitive education and so that they can go on to college or whatever comes next. So I'm a proud public school parent.
Well, I'm a proud public school parent and a proud husband of a 5th grade teacher. So there you go. We got like 30 seconds left, so I'm going to let you kind of say what you want. And you know, you're here to promote yourself and your candidacy, and we're happy that you could come on.
No, we're so proud of the campaign that we've built against Mimi Walters. Thrilled to have the support of California leaders like Senator Kamala Harris and former Orange County Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez, among others. Our website is katieporter.com if there are issues that you want to learn about that we didn't get to today. And most importantly, we'd just be honored to have everyone vote on June 5. It would really mean a lot to me to have people consider my candidacy and support me.
All right, great to have you on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And remember, it's easy, katieporter.com. There you go. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Brian Rott, President and CEO of Cartmart here in Laguna Woods. My family's been in the golf cart business since 1959, and we win our customers over with the simple belief of we treat you right. We are proud to be the authorized dealer for Club Car here in Orange County and your go-to source for the sales and service to other major brands. We're conveniently located on El Toro Road, just minutes from Laguna Woods. So come by and see for yourself, while when doing business with Cartmart, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there's something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Hello, Laguna Woods. My name is Rick Bradford, and I am the pastor of Saddleback Church of Laguna Woods. I would like to invite you to join your friends and neighbors right here in Clubhouse 5 every Sunday as we worship, as we enjoy a free breakfast, and as we learn from our pastor, Rick Warren, the author of the best-selling book, The Purpose-Driven Life. Please be assured that you will be warmly welcomed at either our 9 or 11 a.m. service. I look forward to meeting you personally.
Well, our movie today is Black Panther, and as we've been telling you, one of the biggest movies, really, of all time. Broke all records when it came out last winter meaning just a few months ago. Stars Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa, the king of Wakanda. He rises to the throne in the isolated but technologically advanced African nation, but his claim is challenged by a vengeful outsider who was a childhood victim of his father's mistake. Very good movie. If you like the Marvel Universe, you will really enjoy this. And it sort of sets up certain things and kind of explains many things as well, as far as one of them is vibranium. If you don't know what that is, it's the metal that comes from their area that is actually the source of many of the Marvel characters, like Captain America's shield and things like that. So kind of goes into that a little bit. Very good story, different in that more of the Marvel, a lot of the Marvel movies have a little bit of comedic edge to them. This one is less so, just like the current Avengers movies is a little less so. And you see Black Panther in the current Avengers movie as well. I do encourage you to watch this till the very end, meaning all the credits will run, and then there's like a little 60-second piece at the end that sort of dovetails into the current Avengers movie now. So if you like the Marvel Universe, you will love this. It comes on today at 2 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. Now, our other movie coming on Monday, and I have to admit, I don't know much about this movie. It's called The Dark Tower, and it stars Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey, and it tells the story of the last gunslinger, Roland Deschain, has been locked in eternal battle with Walter O'Dim, also known as the Man in Black, determined to prevent him from toppling the Dark Tower, which holds the universe together. Kind of sounds like a Marvel movie, but it's not. And different kind of movie for sure, because it combines a little bit of the Old West with present time. And I've seen a little bit of it, but I don't know really too much about it. But this will be our Monday movie, and it'll be on at 2 o'clock and at 6 o'clock for you. By the way, I learned that Black Panther in the scenes, I thought this was interesting, the scenes of when they're supposed to be in Africa, you know, they're out on the big, beautiful landscape, was actually filmed outside of Atlanta at some big farm there. So I found that interesting. Anyway, I want to tell you about a good event that's coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. It's put on by the American Cancer Society, Relay for Life. I know you've heard about this. And this is happening June 9th and 10th. It actually starts at 9 a.m. June 9th, Saturday, and goes 24 hours until 9 a.m. June 10th. And it will take place at Oso Viejo Community Park. Of course, this raises funds for the American Cancer Society. There is no cost to register. You have to register when you get there, but then it goes by different donations, and they have different things going on. And when you purchase something or whatever it might be, that money goes to the American Cancer Society. So this will be happening again next weekend. Not this one, not tomorrow, but next weekend. And you can go to socrfl.org or just cancer.org for more information and look up Relay for Life. And make sure if you put that in Relay for Life, Orange County, and all the information will come up for you. All this weekend, though, this is going to be fun. I'm hoping they still have room left. The New York Club is having a trip to Big Bear coming up on Sunday. I haven't heard any different. I think there's still room left. It's their Big Bear Lake Escape. It's $89 per person and includes a lake cruise on a paddle boat out there and lunch and, of course, transportation up there. They'll be leaving from Gate 3 at 8:30 in the morning on Sunday and then coming back about 6 o'clock. So it'll be a full day up there at Big Bear for $89 per person. Please call 949-637-1602 for more information. All right, let's get to the weather. And if you go up to Big Bear, it's going to be nice there this weekend. It's going to be warm, as it will all over Southern California and all over California this weekend. We are going to be mid-70s today, but going to really shoot up tomorrow. And we're going to stay in the mid to probably the mid-80s as an average for the next several days. As you can see into Monday, things will drop again as we get into Tuesday. We'll probably get some of that June gloom coming in. But overall, excellent weather around the state this weekend. Everywhere you go is going to be mild to warm to very hot, just depending where you're going to be at. Very hot in Palm Springs, 106 for their average. But look up there, Lake Arrowhead, 80 degrees, which means Big Bear will probably be, right around 75 or so. Tahoe, South Lake Tahoe, 77. Yosemite, 83. And everywhere else you can see. The North Coast, still a little bit in that June gloom phase up there around Eureka, but everywhere else it's going to be absolutely spectacular this weekend. So you can pick and choose. Go to the beach if you want it in the mid-70s. If you want it in the low hundreds, head out to Palm Springs. All right, you have a great weekend. We will see you here on Monday. Take care.